Before I jump into this episode, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Great Expectations. They reached out to me and was like, hey, you want to become a brand ambassador? I said, for sure, for sure. But the reason why I'm partnering up with them is because I love the message that they're sending out about self-awareness, happiness, and identity, and that's freaking amazing. They're very positive, and that's basically what their shirts and what their clothing is all about, spreading that message, spreading that awareness. That's why I brought the shirt Fear Kills Growth, because that ain't nothing but facts. Because fear is something that we all go through, we all deal with, and fear can close doors for you. Fear can hinder your success, and clearly fear can hinder your growth. And it's so important not to let fear consume you or overcome you, because you will become it. And we don't want nobody being scary out here. We want everybody to be happy, full of life, full of abundance and joy. That's all we want. So forget about fear, throw it out the window, and do what you got to do, because you're only hurting yourself in the long run when you allow fear to overcome you. So yes, just a quick shout out to them. Make sure you go follow them on Instagram at Great Expectation. Make sure you go click that link and go copy a t-shirt. Like I said, they got a whole bunch of cute shirts that you can purchase. And on top of that, I got y'all a discount code for 10% off your purchase. And that discount code is Great Expectation 2019. So yes, go check them out. Wow. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Tiff, and I'm back with the shits, period. And yeah, welcome back to Brown Sugar Podcast. We're back with another episode. I don't know what number this is. I forgot about the damn numbers, and I'm just gonna hit y'all with that info. Hit that little shoulder. Let me not do that no more. It's like nah, but yes. Make sure you go copy our t-shirt from Great Expectation and use my coupon code at Great Expectation 2019 for 10% off your purchase. Period. Support Black-owned businesses all day, every day. So now in this episode, y'all, I realized so much in 2019. 2019 has been good to me. I'm not even going to cap on y'all. 2019 has been good to me. There's been some downs, but I wouldn't say they're like, oh my god, this is terrible. Like, 2019 been pretty good to shorty, you know what I mean? But I think this chapter, what 2019 was all about for me, was honestly people. Like, my interactions and communication with people. And I think now I know how I need to handle new people coming into my life, setting boundaries and protecting my peace. And that's what this episode is all about: protecting your peace, setting boundaries, and just realization, to be honest with you. Because I was talking to a couple people, and I'm like, you know what, I gotta stop expecting so much and just expect nothing at all. And just whatever happens, happens. If it goes, it goes. If it don't, it don't. In 2019, I met a lot of new people, and with meeting new people, you start to realize a lot about others and a lot about yourself. And one thing that I realized is that in order to protect your peace, in order to protect your energy and your space, you got to be able to set boundaries. And I realized that with me, to me, people look at me and they're like, oh my god, you're on your shit. You know, you positive, you doing this and you're doing that. And I think people forget that underlying, I'm still human, and that I go through things, and that I am going through things right now, whether that is internally within myself, internal conflict, or external conflict, whether that be at my job or in my house or with my family. Like, I go through things too. The difference between me and a lot of people is that I do not allow any outside conflict to really dictate my happiness, or I don't really talk about it or show it for everybody. Now, sometimes I do vent, you know, on Instagram. I'm like, yo, I cannot fucking stand this or that, you know, whatever. But I don't ever allow that to affect me to the point where I'm just very low on myself. Now, I do have moments of time where I feel like, you know, I don't feel worthy. I feel less than. But because I'm so positive, because I always put my best foot forward, and because I'm a good person, I think people just choose to eliminate that I am human and that I go through things, and they just choose to focus on this idea of me. Because as humans, I think we have this idealistic mentality of people that you're supposed to be a certain way, and if you act differently than what I think that you're supposed to be, the idea that I have on you is wrong, or like it's like, whoa, no, you're supposed to be this way. And it's like, bitch, I'm human. Okay, I'm human. I go through things, and I go through shitty moments. And I realized that, and I realized this over like this year is when I really realized, is that over the last couple years I've been fighting my own battles. Like, granted, I do have my sisters and stuff like that help me out, but I really never really had somebody I can just be like, this is what I'm going through, like just pour my heart out on my sleeve and get substance advice. Like sometimes, like my sisters, they don't count. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about like with friends and stuff like that. It's like I realize myself always trying to give the best advice, trying to uplift them. Not all of them, but certain people. And then it's like, damn, when I just need to vent or when I just need some substance, I don't get it. I get the, oh, you're going to be all right. Oh, I don't know what to really tell you. But, like, to me, I realized that I'm a lone soldier out here. And, I mean, I've been fighting internal battles and dealing with internal shit and battle scars for a while, and I've been doing great. But sometimes it's nice just to have, you know, friends that will be like, hey, if you need me, I'm here for you. Like, I don't think I ever really had a friend, and I could be lying, but recently I don't think I really had anybody, except for a couple people. Except for a couple people, they know who they are. But like, be like, hey, you know, hit me up whenever you need me. But I know I always tell others, hey, hit me up if you ever need to talk. And I just think that's me setting expectations. And I need to stop setting expectations for people. Because when you set expectations, like for example, let's say we're going to Chipotle. You hungry or whatever, you go to Chipotle. And you already had this expectation in your head that this Chipotle is about to be fire. This shit about to be banging. The chicken about to be juicy or whatever. And then you go to Chipotle, you order your burrito. This is what I get from Chipotle. A little bit of brown rice, chicken, a little bit of mild sauce, a little bit of hot sauce, sour cream, cheese, maybe a little bit more cheese, lettuce. And then you get that dressing in there. What did I forget something? Corn. That's what messed up my burrito the last time. I forgot to get corn, and then get that dressing and drizzle that dressing on top with some lettuce and wrap it up. Say you had the expectation like, yo, this thing better be smacking. You sit down, you got your lemonade mixed with Sprite, banging. Try if you haven't tried it before. Lemonade mixed with Sprite. You got your place, you chilling, about to put on your headphones and watch your show, whatever. This is what I do when I go to Chipotle. You take a bite, you look at it, you like, yes, bitch, yes. Take that bite. Oh. You chilling, you like, the fuck? This is not what I expected. I expected deliciousness, juiciness. This is Chipotle. I spent $10 on this. Now you pissed off. Now you pissed off because you spent $10 on a mediocre ass fucking burrito. Now, this scenario, say you go with Chipotle, you have no expectations. You're like, listen, I'm just hungry. I'm just trying to eat before I go to work or before I go shopping or whatever the case may be. I'm just hungry right now. I'm trying to get this damn burrito. Yeah, a little bit of rice. Yeah. You sit down, you take a bite. Say that bite is delicious as fuck. You're like, okay, Chipotle hitting. But you're really not like as excited as you were if you already went into Chipotle with the expectation that it's going to be good. Because then you'd be like, yes, this shit is popping. Ew, this shit is good. You're just like, oh, okay, this shit is popping, whatever. But if it was nasty, you will still be mad a little bit, like, really. But you're not going to be as mad because you didn't set expectations for it being good in the first place. I hope that analogy made sense because we as people, we forget that we're all wired differently. We forget that not all of us think the same. We don't all react the same. We don't have the same process, the mentality. We all think a little bit differently than each other. So sometimes these expectations that we have on people is based off of what we will do. So if you know, one of your friends or somebody you know, your boyfriend, whatever, girlfriend, whatever the case may be, is going through something and they're not telling you, but you expect them to tell you. So when they just stop talking to you, or they go through these weird phases, or they're acting distant towards you, and then you ask them and they don't tell you, or you ask them and then they finally be like, oh, it's nothing, like, leave me alone. But you already had these expectations that they will tell you, or that they're supposed to tell me because we're friends. Or it's like, stop having expectations for people. It's you just gotta go into it with like no expectations. That's really like new friendships, new relationships. Just go into it with a clear mind. I'm telling you, because it's inevitable when you meet new people and say you have a connection with that person or whatever the case may be. It's inevitable for you to just be like, oh my God, I really like them. Hey, they finna be my new best friend, or oh, they finna be my new friend, or oh, our relationship. You think about all this different shit in your head, what you're gonna do in the future. You're gonna disappoint yourself when the things that you expect, those ideas, that idealistic mindset that you have on a person, because nobody's going to tell you the first time they meet you that they're depressed. They're not going to tell you that they're going through family issues. They're not going to tell you that, you know, they don't have a job, or that they're back in child support, or whatever the case may be. They're not going to tell you nothing negative. Everybody puts their best foot forward when you first initially meet people. They're not going to tell you their struggles. They're going to put on their best foot. Period. They're going to be like, hey, a facade. We all wear faces. I don't know if y'all ever seen the 3 different faces. I forgot which culture. I think it's like the Asian culture. They believe that we all have 3 faces. One that we show others, like our friends or whatever. One that we show our family. And then one that we show ourselves. So we all have 3 faces. So we all putting on a mask of who we are. So basically we all put on a facade, in a sense, you know. But when you set those expectations and then you get disappointed, just go into it like, listen, if this friendship works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But you're not going to be as upset if it don't work. And if it does work, you're going to be like, oh shit, cool, I gained a new friend. Same thing with relationships. You start talking to somebody. Relationships is completely different than friendships, because it's like when you like somebody and you really like them, it's like, oh my God, you think about like the rainbows and butterflies and shit, fairy farts and fucking unicorns. It's like, wow, amazing, I like you. And then it's like, say if it don't work, you have all these expectations, you're like, damn, I'm hurting. Like, I'm hurting, y'all. Like, it legit feels like shit. And you're like, wow, this person ain't shit. In reality, you might be right. But also in reality, we gotta realize, like I said, people put on this face. They want you to see the best of themselves. And then as you start peeling those layers back of that onion, the shit stank. And that's why I'm starting to realize I cannot go into things with people with high expectations, or any expectations at all. Because I realized that I went into different relationships. And when I say relationships, I'm talking about friendships, you know, talking to people, whatever the case may be. I'm talking about in a broader scope. I set these expectations like, oh, this person's going to do this, or we're going to be this, or da-da-da-da. And I've ended up disappointed. And it's been happening. And that's when I really evaluated my situation. I'm like, I'm expecting too much from people who are not even really one with themselves. We got to realize that too. Sometimes we're quick to say that people ain't shit. But a lot of people are fighting demons that you do not know about. And that's something that I had to realize too. You know, because I'm quick to say that people ain't shit. Because I do think people ain't shit. But a lot of people are fighting so much that you would not ever know. And I think that sometimes those type of people who are fighting all these wounds, they want to act like they're not fighting these wounds. So they'll still like draw you in. but they're feeding themselves lies, letting on you lies, and knowing that they can't meet it, but they want to meet it because they want to seem normal, and they don't even realize, like, sometimes if you just be honest with yourself and honest with whoever you're communicating with, whoever you're befriending, want to be in a relationship with, whatever the case may be, it will make things 10 times easier. And it's hard because you can't trust a lot of people with your emotions, with what they tell you, because people will run with it and use it against you. People will tell other people about your business. And I know it's hard because you don't want to allow your demons to stop you from befriending anybody or stop you from wanting to pursue a relationship with somebody or whatever the case may be. But you really have to be honest with yourself, because not only are you hurting yourself if things don't fall into place the way that you expected it to be, see, expectations, but you're hurting the other person. And I think sometimes we forget that there's two people in this situation. We're quick to think about ourselves and not to quick to think about how is this affecting the other person. Because a lot of you unknowingly don't even realize that you're hurting people around you. And that's not okay. Especially if you've been friends with somebody for a long time, or you know that somebody really likes you, or you know that you've been feeding this energy and now you can't keep up with the energy. It's not cool. Like, I get it. We all go through things. We all go through hard times. We all go through, shit that we just don't want to fucking deal with. But you cannot drag other people into your mess if you're not willing to, one, communicate with them properly about what's going on with you internally or whatever the case may be. And two, you gotta be, you can't ignore that. I think people just think that they can ignore it when they meet people. You can't ignore it because you can't just meet people and then just dismiss them because you're going through things or because you're not one with yourself, because you're not happy. This is when you need to be able to realize that I'm not ready to add more people into my life. I'm not ready for new friendships. I'm not ready for a new relationship. I can't do it. And work on yourself. Then make new friends. Then be in a relationship. Don't be like, listen, I got all these shit that I'm going through, but I'm still going to add these people into my life, even though I don't want to deal with the consequences if it don't work out. Well, if it don't work out, don't work, because that's not cool. That's not okay, and that's not right. It's not right. And I think sometimes people use their struggle as a crutch to do the things that they do and treat the people the way they treat people. And that's not okay either. Because to me, you need to be willing to change them. Change your situation. Make an adjustment. Try to fix whatever you're going through. Because you can't just keep dragging people into your shit. Because you like the idea of somebody. You like the idea of a friendship. You like the idea of a relationship when you're not ready. When you're not one with you. Be real with yourself. And that's why I haven't been setting really expectations from people, because I realized that people, like I said, people are going to do what they want to do. People are going to react how they want to react. And I can't persuade people to change. I can't persuade people to see my worth. That's dumb. Don't ever, if it takes to the point where you have to persuade people to know your worth, or you got to tell people your worth, that's when you just need to let it go. And I had to do that with one of my friendships. I'm like, don't you ever devalue my character and my worth, okay? This ain't going cool. And I'm not going to sit up here and explain myself to you. I did what I did. I did what I could in the relationship or in the friendship that I felt good in my heart. I knew in my heart that I did what I could in the friendship. And I gave my all in that friendship. And I tried my best to understand this person in the friendship, but it just wasn't going to work. I feel as though once you devalue my character, I can't rock with you because you don't see my worth. You don't see my worth. And all I ever do is people that I love and that I care about is always, make sure that they know that they always got me. And sometimes I question whether I should even do that, because I just feel like I'm always getting hurt. Or like I give 80 and they giving me 20. Like I never felt like it was like an even playing field. With certain people, I do feel like it's an even playing field. But with the majority of people I meet in my life, I feel as though it's never an even playing field, and that's not okay, because if I'm giving you and feeding you my fruits and vegetables from my garden and you're not replenishing it, then what are you here for? You're taking from my energy, you're taking from my peace, but you're not replenishing anything. You know, sometimes you don't expect anything, you shouldn't expect anything in return, but at least show respect. At least respect me. I think a lot of people lack that. They lack the respect. They take from people, but you don't respect them. Cause we ain't gotta do this. We ain't gotta do this at all. I don't mean to get hyped, but I'm just like, I could cut you off and I'll be straight. You won't. I won't ever tell anybody that, but I say that in my head. I'm like, yeah, you can go ahead and treat me wrong. You can go ahead and cut me off. You can go ahead and go ghost on me all you want to. But who's really losing? I'ma still have my abundance. I'ma still live a positive life. I'ma still meditate. I'ma still light my candles. I'ma still take my goddess baths. I'ma still do what I gotta do. What are you gonna do? Cause you was looking to me for all the energy. You was looking for me to fill your garden while you was taking from mine. You was trying to leave me with weeds, dead flowers, dead crops. But I wasn't going to allow that to happen. So who's really losing? Yeah, I might lose some of my energy, but I can always get that shit back. The power of the Lord, the power of the universe, I can get my shit back. What about you? And I think that there's people out there that just don't get it. They just don't get that. And I just wish people would have more respect for others. Because people don't gotta do what they're doing for you. People don't have to go out their way for you. Respect people who are doing that for you. Respect people who do more than what they're supposed to. Because that means that they give a fuck. Ooh. And it's like it's hard being a good person, because you wanna give so much, but it's like you gotta be willing to set boundaries when you're a good person. You gotta be willing to set the boundaries with people. You gotta be willing. You know? There's a lot of things that you should not tolerate when you're a good person. You know? When you realize things is wrong in any sort of relationship, friendship, family, whatever, you need to be more vocal. And I think that's something that I lack. Not because I don't want to communicate, and it's not because I have a big ego. It's more to deal with in my last relationship. Whenever I would express myself, when I was feeling like, you know, sad about something or a disconnect in the relationship or something was off, whenever I would like address it, I'm like, hey, you know, I'm feeling this way about such and such, you know, it hurt my feelings, or I'm not okay, he would shut me down. He would shut me down and make me feel like how I was feeling was irrelevant, in a sense. Like how I was feeling wasn't even he would be like, why are you even feeling like that? You shouldn't even be feeling like that. Making me like almost like reverse psychology, almost making me feel like how I'm feeling shouldn't even be a thing. Like I'm in the wrong. How am I in the wrong when I'm feeling this way? How you gonna tell me how I should feel in the first place? I hate when people do that. Don't tell people how they should feel. They're feeling this way for a reason. Like, hear me out. Hear what I gotta say. Like, and if I am feeling like overreacting, show me how. Tell me how. So I can be like, all right, cool. Okay, cool. But a lot of times I would be so afraid to express myself, because I would be afraid that he would lash out on me or he would belittle me, in a sense. And now I realize that even sometimes in some of my friendships, and like when I would talk to certain people, I would be hesitant to be like, you know, I'm not okay with this, or, you know, you hurt my feelings. Like I would be too afraid to say that, because I didn't want any negative reaction. And at first I was like, you know what, not saying anything, you know what, that's going to show them. It really don't show anything to people who already don't care about you. And it really doesn't show anything to people who isn't emotionally available for you in the first place. So for me, I think that a lot of things could have been fixed if I would have been more vocal about it. But because I was so afraid of the reaction of others, and because I subconsciously think that I'm overreacting because that's what I've been told in my past relationship, I was just always afraid to just be like, hey, I'm hurt. You hurt me. I'm hurting because of this. You know, you hurt my feelings by doing this. Like, I'm hesitant. And that sucks. When I really sit and think about it and talk about it out loud, that shit sucks. And it's like, I shouldn't be afraid to express my feelings to people. Especially if we have a mutual relationship, we both care about each other, I should be able to express myself without getting backlash from expressing myself. But because I dealt with that for so long, now I realize that maybe certain friendships or any sort of miscommunication could have been handled if I would just be like, hey, I'm hurt. Hello, hi. So yeah, I have questions or da-da-da-da. So it's a conflicting battle. And it's like you don't want to be too submissive and like, I'm hurt and I'm sad. And again, this could be an ego thing about me because you don't want people to think that, oh, that you're weak because you want to express yourself. And that's such a negative thing that I think that in the Black community gets expressed a lot, that if you express your feelings, that makes you weak. If you cry, that makes you weak. If you tell somebody how you feel, that makes you weak. I think that's a negative and horrible thing that the Black community, that we spread, especially to Black men, that they can't vent or that they can't express themselves or whatever the case may be. That's something that I wish that we would stop teaching our kids and teaching each other, that crying or venting or expressing yourself how you feel and blase is weak. Because that's sometimes how I feel. I don't want them thinking that I'm weak. I don't give a F about him. I don't give a F about her. Whatever. I ain't going to talk to her. You don't even realize that you're doing negative communication. Because your ego is so big, and our egos are so big because we're so afraid to look quote unquote weak for expressing ourselves, that you don't even realize that you lost someone or something when you could have been easily resolved with just a little bit of communication, with a little bit of, hey, this is how I've been feeling lately, and I'm not okay with it. So maybe it is something that I need to work on myself, is being okay with expressing myself without feeling as though I'm being weak. Because there's nothing wrong with knowing more or wanting to know more. There's nothing wrong with having a peace of mind about things. But sometimes it's like, is it really worth the conversation? Is it really worth the argument or whatever the case may be, whatever may happen? Or am I still going to get bullshit? Because like I said, you just don't know what you're going to get. So will it even be worth it? Am I going to be more upset than what I was before? Like, should I say something? Should I not? And for me, I've always been the one to reach out to people first. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't talked to you in a while. We should really link up. Da-da-da. Hey, I was making sure that you're okay. You know, hit me up when da-da-da. I've always been the one to reach out first. And what I realized is that once you stop reaching out first, nobody will call you. Nobody will text you. Nobody will check up on me. You know, nobody will check up on you. But when you would call them, when you would text them, because they expect that from you. And I realize people expect that from me. They expect me to call them first. They expect me to reach out to them first. They expect me to do that. But once you stop doing that, it's fucking crickets. Don't nobody call you. Don't nobody ask you how you doing. Don't nobody ask you if you're okay today. Because once I stopped reaching out to people first, that's exactly what happened to me. Don't nobody reach out to me. And I'm not putting a pity party on me. Oh, poor Tiff. I don't give a damn. Okay? I don't give a damn. I was going to say another word. But I don't give a damn. Because it just shows your character and your respect for me. And it shows my character and my respect for you. And my mama always told me, Tiffany, keep being a good person. Keep spreading that positivity and that good joy, because you know what? God will bless you more because of that. And they will realize in the long run what they lost. Don't worry about it. So that's what I do. I think about that all the time. Whenever I be like, dang, like, I'm really a lone soldier out here. I always think about that. Like, Tiffany, keep being a good person. Keep being a good person. Because God watches everything. He's looking at everything. I just keep telling myself, like, the blessings will come for you. And I've seen them. I've seen the blessings. I've seen how other people, you know, that I used to be cool with, whatever, they still over here doing the same shit that they was doing last year. Still talking the same way that they was talking. Like, I just be like, all right, whatever. Like, I feel as though people are placed in your life to teach you valuable lessons about yourself. And every person, I'm thankful for every person that has come into my life, whether you were here for a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever, 2 weeks, it don't matter. I'm thankful for every person that has come into my life, because y'all don't even realize you can hurt people all you want to. But let me tell you something. I will always elevate and I will always come up. You cannot break me for too long. I always tell people this, and people just think that it's, oh, whatever, you're just talking. No, baby, you cannot break me. You cannot break me. You know, I may be down, but I'm not ever out, okay? I will always elevate. Every person, like Nipsey said, everybody you meet in life is nothing but an experience. You experience people. You don't possess them. You experience them. Every person that you meet is an experience. Everything you go through in life is nothing but an experience. You take and you learn and you grow and you apply it. And that's all I've been doing, is I just been peeping game, taking from that, and I've just been learning from it. And now I know how to move in the future. Now I know how to move in future relationships, future friendships, whatever. I'm taking these lessons now because everything is meant to happen how it's supposed to happen for a reason. And that's just how I feel on that. You know, people, whoever's supposed to be in your life is here already. Even if they're not here, they're here. You know, that's why a lot of people say, oh my God, I haven't talked to this person in such long, but now I talk to them, it feels as though we never stopped talking. Not because that person was meant to be in your life. You know, maybe they wasn't meant to be in your life in that moment, but they were supposed to be in your life. Like I said, God already know how he playing the games with you. Not playing games in a negative way, but he knows what he's doing with you. He has the fucking shit in line. So, who's supposed to be here? They're here. Whoever's not, they gone. And it is what it is. Because I ain't setting no more expectations on things. I'm just letting life take its course. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to continue to grow and to continue to be successful and to continue to be blessed, okay? I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, okay? I'm not trying to make things happen or force things to happen or force anything. I'm just letting it all flow. I'm letting it flow. I'm having patience, praying about it, leaving it in God's hands, letting the universe do what it gotta do, manifestation and all that, and that's that. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Make sure you follow Brown Sugar Podcast on Instagram at Brown Sugar Pod. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at lovely_tiff_. All the links to my social medias will be in the description box below. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like and share and comment. And yes, see you on the next episode. Stay blessed and highly favored. Mwah. Oh yeah, make sure to get y'all t-shirts. 10% off. Use my discount code Great Expectation 2019. And go and follow them on Instagram too. And get your shirt. Peace.